I want to be part of something big, a meaningful project on a global scale. I applied to become an astronaut.
Hello everyone, I'm Vanmita Adimulam and I hope all of you are doing good. So today's question is going to be about how do I become an astronaut? Many of you reached out to me via social media asking for guidance on how to become an astronaut. The journey of becoming an astronaut is not easy because, as you see, only 569 astronauts out of 7 billion people have been launched into space. The journey may be tough and challenging, but you can be one of it if you have the courage to pursue it and definitely the right mindset to reach for the stars. While the requirements may change according to the organizations and the country you are applying for, but here are some general requirements that you need to know in order to become an astronaut. Well, the first requirement is none other than education. Make sure you have a minimum of bachelor's degree in STEM field with 3 years of professional experience or 1000 hours of pilot in command time in aircraft. Your 3 years of professional experience can include your postgrad studies as well. And if you want to apply to NASA, make sure you have a minimum of master's degree in your hand before you're applying it. And I would suggest you to actually further your studies and not stop at bachelor's degrees as well, because the more you study, the more experience and knowledge you will gain. Well, there are 2 ways for you to become an astronaut. Number 1 is spacecraft pilot, number 2 is mission specialist. NASA mostly selects their astronauts from military and test pilots, but now there's a shift towards selecting more civilian astronauts because at the end of the day, they see your academic background. Well, if you want to become a spacecraft pilot, make sure you have a pilot license and 1000 hours of flight experience. You can gain this experience by joining Navy, Air Force or any airline academy. Not only that, if you want to become a spacecraft pilot, make sure you have a vision of 20/20 and your blood pressure at the sitting position must be 140/90. And not only that, you must be in the height of 160 cm to 190 cm. Yeah, your height has to be in that range in order to become a spacecraft pilot. Okay, in order to become a mission specialist, make sure you have a vision of 20/20 which is corrected or can be correctable. And your blood pressure at the sitting position must be 140/90. And lastly, your height has to be in between of 148 cm and 193 cm. Next is your health requirement. Make sure you are a super healthy human and not just an ordinary healthy human. The reason why I emphasize the word super is because space environment is not as optimal as the environment on Earth, and if any emergency occurs in space, you cannot return back to Earth right away. That is why NASA and other organizations are very strict about humans' health before sending them to space. So if you want to become an astronaut, make sure from the top to the bottom everything functions perfectly, and that includes your mental health. You have to be emotionally and mentally strong if you want to become an astronaut. Okay, next is skills and experiences. Here are some basic skills that you need to know before you actually become an astronaut. Number 1 is foreign language. Make sure you know Russian language. Number 2 is swimming skills. Make sure you have a very good swimming skills, and scuba diving. As you see, most of the astronaut trainings are being done in microgravity environment. Number 3 is make sure you have a basic knowledge of programming. And lastly, you must know how to work in a team. If you're a person who likes to work as an individual, start working in a team now itself, as it helps you develop your leadership skills. And not only that, most of the astronauts work as a team. Okay, and lastly is your experience. Start gaining experience by joining space-related NGOs or organizations, competitions, webinars, as all of this helps you to gain knowledge, experience, and also keep you updated with the current space news. Okay, that's about it. I hope all the tips I've shared with y'all will be helpful to all of y'all. And lastly, I want to say one thing. Believe in yourself. As I said earlier, becoming an astronaut is not easy. It's tough and challenging. But if you have the courage to pursue it, definitely you can be one of it. So always believe in yourself. No matter what rejections or failures you face in life along the path, don't give up and always learn from your rejections and failures. Lastly, follow time. TIME. T stands for thankfulness. Always be thankful for all the lessons you have learned all this way. Number 2 is I stands for imagine. Always imagine yourself as you have already become an astronaut, and that helps you to keep you to be more motivated and boost your passion towards space science and space exploration. And number 3, M stands for manage your time. We are all given 24 hours time. What makes you successful is how well you manage your time, that 24 hours time, So yeah, manage your time well. And lastly, explore without limit. Don't limit yourself when it comes to exploring a new skill or something new. So because when you explore something new, like without limit, that helps you to unlock your potential and also definitely help you to gain more knowledge and more experience. That's all from me. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next video.